Ma'am, will you like to take it forward now? If you feel comfortable. We can try one more t-test, then we do 2 sample t-tests, then we do a pair t-test, and then we navigate. Okay, I will be little faster now. Fine? Sure, all of you together? Ms. Bindu, kindly take now this cable we have done it, grocery example. All of you together with me. It is not essential that you need to have a software. We can do manually also. So this example we do it manually even if you don't have a software with you. Are we ready? Great. Fair enough. Now, in this one, what the company wanted to understand is these are the data which are collected from one particular locality, and the another statistics which is available for for the entire city. The statistics is available that for a 4-person family, weekly grocery expenditure is $100. That is given to you. Again, I am repeating this side. For 4-person family, 1 week grocery expenditure is $100. That is a standard, means which has been data collected by the statistical department. When we are talking about $100, it is not that everything what they buy. There are 6 commodities which have been taken, milk, bread, essential commodities, on which the normal expenditure in the city is $100. Ma'am, now what we need to prove is this particular data has been taken from a locality which is considered comparatively more posh locality. And the researcher want to understand that these guys also have a similar behavior like others, or they have a difference of behavior. Are we all okay? Right? So for him, can I take the discussion with you? So I need to understand that their behavior is similar to them or not. So what will be your null and alternative hypothesis? Okay, I think I need to explain the question once again. The question is saying, all of you together, girl, you'll have to wait. What is the scenario given? Okay, we have taken average of Mumbai. So I have an average of Mumbai that is $100. This particular has been taken from particular locality, and I want to understand that that locality also has a behavior like other people in Mumbai, or they don't have a behavior like Mumbai. Are we okay with it? So what is your null and alternative? No issues. We can come back to you. Take it easy. Ms. Arva? Greater than 100. Okay. I think I should ask Ms. Janki then. So this is an how you can give your answer. Okay. Appreciate your answer. So in this one I need to compare this particular locality and Mumbai average. Is it identical or it is not identical, right? So equal to 100, mu is not equal to 100. Makes sense? Ma'am, please take it. So mu H0, mu is equal to 100. And mu not equal to 100. Alternative hypothesis, mu not equal to 100. Perfect. It is a large sample is there, but again I don't have a population parameter. So I'm bound to use a t-test. Second point is also clear. We just write down second point, t-test. We are required to do t-test. Yeah, because we don't have a population data, we don't have. It's fine. Third one, level of significance, nothing given. We can take 5% level of significance. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I'm telling it is equal to 100, alternative is not equal to 100. No, because I have to see whether the city behave, that area behave like the city or they don't behave like a city. Make sense? Ma'am, is it okay? Fourth, what will be the fourth part?
Sorry, sir, I think
Till now everything is
why the null
okay, equal to and not equal. I am saying that this locality is similar like Mumbai city or this locality is not like Mumbai city. Yeah, equal to means that city and Mumbai is identical behavior. An alternative, they don't have an identical behavior, right? Is it right? How we do the point number fourth? Point number fourth, what we did? Sample mean minus population mean divided by standard error. Write down point number 4. T is equal to sample mean minus population mean x bar minus mu divided by standard error. Perfect. Standard error. SE. Okay, and the SE formula was S upon root n. S upon root n. All of you together? Can we all do the calculation simultaneously now? All of you do your calculation, please. How you will get your average? You will have to simply do an average of the data. AVE, so you will get an average of the data. STDEV, will give you standard deviation of the sample. Fine. Ma'am, we can do it together. Okay, 1 minute. So what I'll do is I need to take an average. So mean of the data. Yeah, mean is equal to AVE RAGE open a bracket average of these data, right? So control shift down arrow and enter. This is your average. Now we have to calculate the standard deviation. SD, it will become is equal to STDEVS, right? And then you select all the data. Control shift down arrow and enter. Are we all okay with it? Zoom. Miss Bindu, kindly zoom here. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you calculate your point number 4, everybody? Point number 4, sample statistic. T calculation, you do it. You have done it? Okay, together. Fair enough. Ms. Bindu, now you do your T calculation. So on an Excel sheet, you can write down T calculated. Once cell down. Okay, fair enough. T calculated. Tab is equal to open a bracket. Then what we did was sample mean minus population mean. Remember? So sample mean is, you can click on 101 minus population mean was 100, write down 100, close your bracket, divided by, but we should have done standard error calculation. Doesn't matter, we can do it or you'll have to skip this one, skip. Below that one we can do standard error is equal to ST, standard error is equal to ma'am, sample standard deviation you have calculated 10.3. Sample standard deviation, click on that. Very good. Divided by square root of SQRT. How many data points are there? 100 are there. SQRT, open a bracket, 100. Very good. Enter. Perfect. Perfect. Shall I help you? Sample mean 101 minus 100, close the bracket, divided by SE, divided by perfect, enter. All of you have the same calculations? Fine. Point number 4 is done. Point number 5, what we have to do? Critical value. Everybody punch in. Ms. Bindu, write down critical value CV is equal to, okay, now it is a two-tail test. So we will have to put it alpha as 5 only. So TINV, open a bracket, 5% level of significance 0.05, comma, degree of freedom was 99, close a bracket, enter, perfect, that is also done. No, nothing we have to do. 99 and minus 1. Is it fine? So fourth we have done, fifth we have done. Ms. Bindu, last one, decision is there. Is it okay? Girl, are you together with us? Okay. Now what we have to do? Fifth one. See then, fifth and sixth is sixth one, decision. So now if I draw a diagram, it was a two-tail test. So rejection area will come on two sides. The critical value which you have calculated, 1.98. This will be plus 1.984. And the same number is 1.984. Okay. Your T calculation was how much? 1.47. Where it will come? It will be in there in the center. Mr. Rohan, are you okay? Sure. Mr. Mazid, are we together? Fair enough? Lower and upper. Where? Lower and upper will always be same for always it is the same. It is for 100 or 200 or 1000. Lower value and upper value remain identical.
No, if you have the critical value as 200, you have sample of 200, then your critical value will change.
Will change, but for lower and higher values are same.
As long as they are putting a 5%.
That is the standard one. That is the standard. Right, right. Always same. Will change. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. So I'm just doing that only. Miss Bindu. Excuse me, Miss Bindu. 1 minute, please. Everybody see now. I need your attention. Everybody, we need your attention. Are we all together? Mr. Shiv, waiting for you. Now, she has drawn that bell-shaped curve. It is a two-tail test. So, critical values will come on two sides. So, the critical value that is 1.984, same value will come for positive and negative side, only the sign will be different. So, you can see plus 1984 and minus 1984. These are your critical values. Your calculation of the point number 4 was 1.44, which will come in the center of the two lines. So, your calculation is going in the white area. This T calculation of 1.44 is coming in the white area. So, your null hypothesis is true. If null is true, what does it signify? As a researcher, now I ask you your opinion. So you will say that that locality has an expenditure pattern which is similar to the entire city. because your T calculation, that is your point number 1.472, it is coming in the two lines, plus minus 1.98. It is coming in between. Is it okay? All okay? Ma'am, is it okay? Fine? No? See now. What we did, it was a two-tail test. All of you, fine, we are done with it. Now you navigate to the next one. One tail we have understood. Now we can understand the two-tail test. Then there is a question of treadmill. Ma'am Bindu, you may come this side. Thank you so much. Ms. Janvi, kindly take the place. 1 minute. Can I take? See. It is a two-tail test, right? Can I draw here? If it is a two-tail test, your critical value will be here and critical value will be here. We have done a critical value calculation 1.98. See, critical value calculation work in this way is equal to TINV, open a bracket, 5% level of significance, degree of freedom 99. So this will give you a value of 1.84. So same value is there for negative 1.984 on positive side, minus 1.984 on negative side. Your T calculation, ma'am, the point number 4th, it is 1.47. So this will obviously come in between the two numbers. This calculation sitting here, white area, so null is true. So null is true means this is true. So that particular locality has expenditure pattern similar to the city. Makes sense? That is what we are doing. No. You can do it. That also I'll teach you. I'll give you a formula because there are many formulas are there for P. Okay? Yeah. But I'll give you a sheet. That sheet you can keep it also. Okay? Normally, sir, we do it on the software. Every software gives a P value, so no problem. But sir, this standard deviation is of sample, not a population. We need a population standard deviation sigma. Are we getting the point? That is why we are doing a t-test. Okay guys, everybody now come out of your discussions. Everybody come out of your discussion. Ma'am, kindly open a treadmill. Okay, now I'll let you know what is the question about it, this one. Kindly increase the font size. Hey guys, it is important now. We need to come back. Okay, listen to me. In this one, what is there? A company is buying a product from a supplier A. And right now, the scenario is company buy the product from supplier A. Now a new supplier has entered into the market. And the new supplier is giving you a product at a cheaper price. Then definitely what will happen? I like to go with the cheaper one. But then definitely it can happen that my quality may also get affected. So if these are the quality, what I have given is quality 1 of A and quality of B. If both the qualities are identical, then what will be your decision? Go for the B one. If the quality of A is better, then I cannot take a call that I should go for the second one or not. Are you able to understand what I'm telling? I'll repeat again. Everybody see. Mr. Rohan, what is there in this one? As of now, the company is buying a product from A. After buying the product from A, is it okay for quite a long time? A B supplier has entered into the market. He is also having a similar product. Now, I have given you the quality of the two treadmill machines are there. If both the machines are identical in nature, then it is better for me to navigate from the supplier A and go to the supplier B. So what is the test you want to do? Pardon? B is cheaper, is it okay? But how should I take a call? I cannot go just with a cheaper product. But if the quality is, if A quality is better than B, then I am again in a dilemma. But if A and B are identical in quality, in that case what will happen? Why should I buy a costly product? Are we okay? So what is your decision? Ma'am, the two products are given. These are completely two different samples are there. There is no connect between the sample. One is coming from one company, another is coming from another company. Is it okay? Is it a paired test? Is it a paired test? It is not a paired one. Mr. Vineet, one supplier is there, another is there. I gave you an example of a marker. Is it okay? I have some sample of Camlin and another one is of Max. I just want to compare them. Right? So my null hypothesis will be that both the products are identical. Alternative will be they are not identical. But in this one, a very important challenge might be there. If both are identical, listen to me carefully. When I am trying to test both are same or both are different. If both are same, then the question will close there only. Because if A and B are identical and B is cheaper, I'll go with the B. But in alternative is true, that both of them are not identical. Then again I'm in a confusion. Is it okay? I'm in a confusion. A is better or B is better? So I'll have to do a test once again to test whether A is better or B is better. Are we okay? So first of all, rather than going into those nuances, is it okay, Mr. Anand? I just assume that they are identical. I can test that only. If null hypothesis become true, then I don't have to bother about anything else. Yes or no? Sure. Shall I take it forward? Okay. In that case, sir, I have to assume that A is better than B or B is better than A. Then it will go to the next test. No, it will be the same test, but the direction will be different. No, in a pair what I do is, one example I gave about the textbook. Now if I want to compare that this store is better or that store is better, so then what happened, that book of research method was identical in both. Book of statistics was identical in both. Here what is there? The machine of A and machine of B, there is no connect among them. No sir. Is it okay? Motor of A company, motor of B company. No, you just try and relate another one. See, I'm telling Barnes and Nobles and I'm talking Amazon. These are the two players are there. But the book of statistics is identical. Same book statistics. But here there is a product of A and product of B. There is no connect between the two. Are you getting this one? Are we sure? Mr. Sanjeev, you have a doubt now? Most important, I said that if your hypothesis go wrong, entire thing go wrong. So best way to read and write an hypothesis, read the question, who is the researcher? And whatever researcher is telling becomes your alternative hypothesis. In this one, the researcher wanted to prove that in the previous example, since I have not given you the Word document, I forgot to put it there. But in the Word document, if you see, the researcher is telling that this locality is different than Mumbai city. Is it okay? In this one, the researcher is telling, is it okay that both the products are identical? So if both products are identical, then I can navigate to B, yes or no? Should I proceed further? Okay, good one. This often is a confusion, but even then, sir, if you want to compare, they are identical, but equal sign never go with alternative. Okay? So whenever this sort of scenario is there, you are required to read it in this way, that alternative will be that they are not identical in nature. Make sense? All of you together? It is a 2-sample test. Shall I proceed further? Let her do it and then we do it together. Okay. Ma'am, just do control A. No, put your cursor on the data. Now control A, so that the data gets selected, right? Now you go to add-in, PH start. Okay, now where you will go? It is now 2 sample. Kindly go to 2 sample. Now there is summarize and unsummarized. Is it okay? Now, Mr. Rohan, what do you mean by the term summarized data and unsummarized? If I would have given average of the two, standard deviation, then they are summarized information. But right now I'm giving you the raw data, so it is an unsummarized data. Is it okay? Click on unsummarized. Now, after getting unsummarized, is it okay? He is asking, is it okay? There is a very important one more test is there, which we'll do it later. The two sample which we have taken, right? Now what will happen? Either you are required to pool the variance or unpooled will be there. One is a paired one, separate is there, pooled is there, right? Separate variance we do it when the two things we assumed and they are totally different from each other. If no information is there, assume we pool them together. We pool the two data and we calculate the standard error. Is it okay? The formula we won't pool the standard error is given by the formula under root of standard deviation 1 square upon n1 plus standard deviation 2 square upon n2. This is a formula, but we won't go with it. We'll just do direct calculation using a software. Okay. In exams, so Satish, what will happen? The output will be there with you. And then I can ask you n number of questions on it. So if you have the concept, you don't have to do the calculation part that way. Makes sense? Pardon? Yeah, now you take the pool data. Okay, now, if your hypothesis say that A and B is identical, and what is the null hypothesis? No, ma'am, read the hypothesis. Hypothesized difference. If the two samples are identical, that hypothesized difference will be 0. So put it 0. Good. 5% level. Now you'll have to put the data of the two samples. So you have 1 and 2. Kindly put 1 for the supplier. Yeah. No, from the title only. Yeah. Now take another one. Till now all is identical. So Mazid, are you okay? Okay. It is a two-tail test or a one-tail test? Two-tail. We have already selected two-tail. Just say okay. N number of calculations are there. Now we won't go into the too much detail about all the calculation. I can roughly explain it to you, and call we'll take it on the basis of critical value and the p value. Okay, Ms. Janvi, can you increase the font size, please? Okay, 1 by 1. Hypothesized difference 0. Level of significance 5%. Sample 1, 30 data were there. Sample means standard deviation. Same thing for the second one. Till this part is okay. Now, population 1 sample n1 minus 1, n2 minus 1. So, n1 plus n2 minus 2. Or you can write down 30 minus 1, 30 minus 1. So, 29, 29. So, Mohit, okay? Next one. Degree of freedom 29, 29, 58. Pooled variance, the formula which I wrote it, we can leave it right now. Standard error will be same one. Sorry, I wrote a formula for standard error only. Then difference of the sample mean. Kindly, you have the sample mean 1, you have a sample mean 2. If you would take a difference, this will come. Are we okay? It is a joint one. Okay, and the last, the t statistics calculation will remain the same one. T statistics calculation, please see now. Please see now. sample mean 1 minus sample mean 2 minus, see this is the real difference, and what was the expected difference, Miss Yashashvi? 0 divided by standard error, right? The difference between the two mean is this number, and you have a standard error this number. So dividing, hope the calculations are fine. Ma'am, when there are two populations are there, is it okay? Then we have to pool them together. Fair enough. So this T statistics will be what? This divided by this one. Yes or no? On this side I am not getting yes. Sure, all of you together. Okay. See, x2 minus x1, that is the difference between them. The difference is coming what? 99.133 divided by standard error, and divided by standard error is 70.28. So I get my calculation. Is it fine? So my point number 4 is done. Now point number 5 is I need to have a critical value or I need to have a p value. Kindly scroll down. No. Sorry. Critical value I need now. Will you take the discussion forward? How can we calculate critical value? TINV, open a bracket. It will ask you two information. First is probability and second is degree of freedom. Yes or no? Sure, all of you together? So is equal to TINV. Yeah. So different versions have different benefits. Ma'am, 0.05. Degree of freedom will be 58. You got the same number. Whatever is there for positive will be there for negative. Now I have a positive negative. My calculation is what? 1.32. Will it come between this one or outside this one? It is between them. Between means null is true. Null is true. What does it signify? That both the product are having identical quality. Since the product of both the quality is identical and B is available cheaper, so better buy B. Makes sense? N1 plus N2 minus 2. All of you together? Okay? Fair enough. 30 minus 1, 30 was there, 31, 30 minus 1. Fine, shall we done? Thank you so much, please. Yeah, so I assume that sample, yeah, actually the software takes a difference. So it does 1 minus 2. So then 1 minus 2, if it is 0, means 1 and 2 are same. That is how. Makes sense? Then sir, again I have to do a one tail test. I'll assume greater than 0, less than 0. So either it will become an upper tail or it will become lower tail. Earlier I have put a tick mark at 2T, 2 tail, then it will become 1 tail. Yeah. Same thing, exactly the same. You have to do it just in the last one, rather than you make it as 1T. In the first one, if you take upper tail, then you are subtracting first from the second. So A is better. If you take a lower tail, then B is better than A. Makes sense? Okay. All of you ready? I think we can navigate to the next. Okay, then I'll take it forward for everybody. I'll just come in a minute. I thought that I'll bring a new one from another one. So, and then I explain. Everybody listen to me. One concern, which is an important one. In my current example, I am assuming that mu A equal to mu B and mu A not equal to mu B, which resulted in this is what we have done. Now, if I assume if alternative would have been true, then the scenario is either mu A is better than mu B or mu B is better than mu A. Yes or no? Agree? In that case, when I would have done a difference, if this difference is positive, what does it signify? If mu A minus B is greater than 0, A is better. And so my hypothesis would have become, if alternative would have been true, Mr. Vinny, then my case would have been mu A minus mu B greater than 0, or it would have been mu A minus mu B less than 0. Okay, this hypothesis you would have done it. Understandable? This will become upper tail test. This will become lower tail test. Any of you don't have to do two, because even if you do one, automatically you will get it the another one. Shall I proceed further? Pardon, sir? Mrs. Sanji, just 10 minutes. Is it okay in this break? I don't know where I have put the Word document. I forgot. So in the search Word document and upload it on the blackboard, okay? Shall we do the third one now? So everybody understood T. We have understood 2 samples. Z, we don't have anything in it. It is same one, and normally we don't have because mostly the questions are on T test, not on Z. Now we can discuss chi test. Are we ready? We take chi test. Do we have a time, or it's a break time for you? 1:15. So 15 minutes are there. I can give an introduction of the topic then. Close your work, close your laptop. Could have done that way also. Ms. Gitika, can we come out of laptop, all of you? Now we do a Kai test, okay? As I mentioned that in Kai test, there are two things are there. One is the goodness of it, another is independence of attribute. Goodness of it, we will skip it because it is more of a, when we have all sort of mathematical thing, it doesn't have much of business touch in it. Second one, independence of attribute is the most important one for us. Now, what is independence of attribute? If I have any sample, I can show you and then discuss the same. Let us discuss this example only. A survey was conducted by Nike. A real survey was conducted. I have just taken an extract from their data only. So, a small sample I have taken, 45 participants are there. The question was being asked on, one is about the usage pattern in which we are asking that the question was how often do you buy a Nike product? Every 4 months or every 6 months or every 1 year. In this way, the three type of customers have been categorized. You can see 1, 2, 3 customers are there. Are we okay? Second one is the gender, male and female we have taken. Now, 6 questions were being asked on awareness, attitude, preference, purchase and the loyalty. That how loyal you are to a Nike brand on a rating scale of 1 to 5. How much awareness is there about the Nike product? Is it okay on a rating scale of 1 to 5? What companies simply wanted to understand, are male more aware about the Nike brand or female are more about that? Are male more loyal with the Nike brand or female are more loyal with the Nike brand, right? So basically what I need to understand is, one side I'll take a gender, another side I'll say about the loyalty, or I'll take an awareness. If I find a gender and awareness, is it okay they are independent to each other? If awareness and gender are independent to each other, is it okay there is no relation? Then what will happen? While a company is giving an advertisement, is it okay? They don't have to bother about the gender. Any particular advertisement, whatever they have been doing is fine right now. But if they find that there is a relation, means either male are more aware or female are more aware. In that case, what if female are having more awareness or male are having more awareness, what does it signify? That the advertisement which they are giving, is it okay? It may be catered in such a way that it is more appealing to a male so that they are more aware, and it is less appealing to a female and they are not aware. Is it okay? So it's a big decision, though it is such a simple issue, but it is a very important decision. Is it okay that whether their advertisement is going in a right direction or not? Are we okay? So basically, I want to understand whether the gender and the awareness, I have taken awareness right now, then we'll take loyalty, then we'll take other things. So whether they are related or they are not related. Makes sense? So my null hypothesis, okay. In a Kai test, null hypothesis will always, I'm using a word always, that the two are independent to each other. Always you have to take that the two attributes, Mr. Tarun, which you are required to compare, they are independent to each other. So it will be gender and awareness are independent to each other, and this is my null H0 alternative H1 gender and awareness are. Fair enough? Chi-square test is the only test wherein hypothesis can be written in language. Even in the statistical part also, if you write down in the form of a language, it is acceptable. Okay? Now, in this one, the calculation will be a long one. So what I do is I create a hypothetical scenario. Just pay attention what numbers I've written. I have taken in the first one any one particular brand wherein I am asking you a rating scale of 1 to 3. If you have a less interest, you give a rating of 1. If you like it more, you give a rating of 3. Male have given a number as 3 males have given. So Satish, now it is coming. Then the numbers are what? Frequency. 3 people have given a rating of 1. 15 people have given a rating of 3, and so on. This is how we are required to interpret, right? Ms. Yashashvi, now can you see that male are behaving different in comparison to female? There is a clear indication is there that male have given a high attention towards the brand or towards the product. Clearly indicated in the first one. But what is there in the second one? I just made it. No, I just made it. Now, in the second one, can you make out that male have more interest or female have more interest? See, don't go exactly with the, because total number of peoples are different. So you just see the pattern of the data. Can you make out? 1 is a low rating, 3 is a high rating. In the first one, there is a clear indication that males are more aware and females are less aware. Is it okay? But in the second one, the numbers are very dicey. I cannot get a clear answer out of it. Is it okay? There you get stuck. if the answer would have been so clear, then the company can do, because if there is so much amount of clarity is there, which the company will automatically make out during the due course of time only. But sometimes what happens, the numbers have a little thin differences there, where I cannot understand directly. That is where the test comes into picture. Yes or no? In the second one, what is happening is the answers are very much similar. I'm not able to make a perfect call whether there is a relation or not. Is it okay? There I need to do a chi test. Are we okay? Next. Actually, I was supposed to do for first and second, but first is an obvious one. There is no need to do it because it is clearly being seen. Is it okay? I just showed you. So then this part, we forget it. I am comparing the gender and awareness, but in the first table, sir, what is happening? It is a clear one, so there is no test required. But in the second one, what is there that the numbers are thin? I cannot make out. Now what do you see? See, I am saying that this is a question of awareness. Are male more aware about the brand or female are more aware about the brand? In this one, clearly it was visible. Here, the clarity is not there. No. When I do a chi test will say that there is a difference in the opinion. Or there is... No, see, actually what is there in the first one, there is no confusion. So there... No, chi test is done for relationship between gender and the liking. So gender means male and female, liking means 1, 2, 3. My null and alternative in chi is always the same. Relation is there, relation is not there. If relation is there, then we go to the next level. Are male more aware or female more aware? Makes sense? See, the number of males, overall, if I would have taken equal number of male and equal number of female, but it won't happen when I'm doing a survey. Is it okay? It may happen sometime more male have given answers or more female. Sir, it's okay, fine. Yeah.
We have data already because Nike has already collected data, gender and everything. Was this data will draw this table or you just randomly draw something?
No, sir. Actually, first of all, I'll conduct a survey like this. And then I'll convert this one in a form of a table, which is like that.
If we convert that into table,
Yeah.
so I agree that male or female composition would be different.
Are we okay? Shall I proceed further? Okay. Maybe my session may spill over by 10-15. Whatever extra time I take, I'll give you extra time for your lunch. Okay? Yes.
You cannot conclude with that hypothesis that gender, because you are considering both male and female. And even if you are null hypothesis true, then how can you conclude that male are more aware of the brand and female are less?
Yeah, so that we'll do it once we do the test. Is it okay? As we go ahead, this test will simply say that there is a relation. That is it okay that they are related with each other. My interest is not to understand more about whether this or that. Chi test stops there, whether they are related or not. If they are related, how they are related, I have to do it.
So if we, let's say, we draw table and table number 1 comes based on this data, then it's clear that alternative how
Then I don't have to do the test, right?
So what you're saying, if
Yeah, actually what happened, whenever do we do a comparison, then definitely we have to keep in mind there's so much amount of biasness should not be there. A little biasness will be a part of life. Because every time I cannot pull 30 people in 30. So that is what. Okay. Should I proceed further? Now how the calculation will work? It is simple. It looks little lengthy, but it is simple. One is an observed data, which are these one. These are observed data. Then I'll do my expected one. Now I'll find out the difference between the two. Is it okay that difference which is coming, is this difference more or less? That is what I want to understand. You'll have to stop writing and listen to me first. Appreciate we come out of a laptop, please. Everybody. So Satish, waiting for you. Observed data are there, then I have expected data are there. I'll obtain a difference between the two, and the difference is what I need to understand. But the problem is that this difference can be positive, negative. The total of the difference will become 0, or it will become, I take you back. Mr. Anand, why we do standard deviation? We had a long discussion earlier. Simply when I want to find out deviation, I do x minus x bar. But when I do the total of x minus x bar, it becomes 0. So then that deviation I am not able to see whether it is happening or not. So in order to rectify that problem, what we did? Either I take a modulus or I take a square. Is it fine? Same thing is there here. If I simply obtain the difference, is it okay? Then the negative and positive will eliminate each other. The total of it might be 0 or it might be some other number. Is it okay? So I cannot do anything with it. Now what I have to do? Either I have to take a modulus of it, or what will happen? I have to square the number. Why I am squaring? Because the statistician who has designed this one, he has squared it. So I am also squaring it. Ultimate objective was that, see, no, it's not like that. It's that this difference I want to study. That is my objective. So I could have taken a modulus or I could have taken a square. These are the two options are there. I am taking the second one because the author took the second one. But I could have taken the modulus as well, right? Then what we do the square of the term and divide by the expected value. Again, dividing by E, there is no logic. E has cultivated this formula, so we follow that one. Are we okay? Then I'll make a total of this entire one. And this becomes your chi-square calculated. Step number 4. Again, listen to me. Very simple, very simple, very simple. I'll make it so simple once I complete it. Is it okay? Then you'll be thinking, oh my God, why I was doing it. So again, sometimes you should believe me. Huh? Okay. Okay, listen to me. The first one was null and alternative. We are okay. The second one, ma'am, we were talking about what? Chi test we need to do because we want to compare. The third one, level of significance, that is by default 5%. Fourth one is what? We have to do the calculation, same method. Fifth one, what I'll do? I should be having a critical value and then I'll take a decision. Yes or no? Is it okay? Mr. Anand, all the calculations are simple. The only one concern for me is how should I get a E? Rest all things are done. So how E is done? There is a simple method. Total of this side is what? 28. Total of this side is 34. Total of these two is, total of these is 19. Okay, now see how I do my expected calculation. expected calculation. Is it okay? When I want to do an expected calculation for 9, for this one, what I'll do, I'll go to this corner, I'll take this number, and the last one is this number. So for 9, my expected calculation will be 28 times 20 divided by 62. Row total into column total divided by grand total. For this 11, what will happen? Row total by column total. In this way, I'll do all the calculations. Fine. Okay, Mr. Vineet, listen to me. If I want to get an answer, expected value for this one, your row total 34, your column total 23. So 34 into 23 divided by 62, grand total. This gives you an expected value for 62. Sorry, for 12. 12 is 28 is for this number, sir. I am talking about this number. If I want to do for this, row total 34, column total 23, grand total 62. Right? Yes or no? Now the question arises here. Why I'm doing it? How can I just do this total into that total? It is like just you are required to mug up what I am saying. There should be some logic of doing. Is it okay? Sir Anand, I invite you for the logic why I am doing it. Mr. Anand, you are quite right in your thinking. Maybe you are not able to share it with it, but I can understand. Mr. Sanjeev, take it forward. See why I am doing it. If you just see very logically, is it okay, Ms. Sanchita? Very logically I am doing. Is it okay if I don't have any numbers? If I am simply telling that there are 28 females are there, there are 34 males are there, and in total those who have given a rating of 1 is 20, 23 and 19. And you are required to calculate expected answer out of this. Is it okay if I simply know, or what I do is right now, just for the sake of simplicity, I am giving 1, 2, 3 as any brand. This I make it as Nike. This one I make it anything as Adidas. This one I make it as a Gucci. Now, is it okay? What is there? There are 3 brands are there. There are 2 gender are there. So what is there? Total number of people who have given rating for Nike. Is it okay? Is 20. I just have this information. How many males are there? 28. How many females are there? 34. Buying Nike are 20. Buying Adidas are 23. And buying Gucci are 19. Can you estimate these numbers? How would you have estimated? Simply, the ratio between male and female need to be divided in this brand ratio, or the brand ratio need to be divided in male and female. What that is, I have done it. Yes or no? So it is not like a row total, column total divided by grand total. Is it okay? This is what I am doing in a general. Are we all okay? Sure? I have observed the calculation which I did, got my expected data. Then I do my O minus C, observed minus expected, my third column. Then what I do, I square the third column and divide by E, which I get the fourth column. Then I make a total. This total, Mr. Hirsch, is giving you point number 4. Now in the point number 5, Mr. Mohit, what I require. Fifth point, what I require? Critical value. How should I calculate a critical value? Same thing. Earlier I did TINV. Now it is a chi. So CHIINV, chi inverse. Automatically it will ask me two information, that is probability and degree of freedom. So I'll get a critical value also, and then I'll just compare it and say null is true, alternative is true. Makes sense? Sure, everybody? How we can do it on a software, this entire calculation, everything. So what I do is, I just do that question. Everybody see now. 5 minutes more and then I'll give a break, just 5-10 minutes, so that we don't miss out on this part. Any time when you are required to calculate a critical value, it is a decision point. So inverse. See, in normal distribution there was decision point and decision area. Remember? That is what. Are we okay? Guys, listen now. Only 5 minutes, truly not more than that. So what I do is, first of all, I am having male, then I have female. What brand was there? First one was Nike, Adidas. Third brand. Numbers were 9, 11, 8, 11, 12, 11. Are we okay? This is what your question is? Mr. Binu, are we okay? Now what I do is, I'll just select this small portion, go to add-in, pstat, and chi-test. Level of significance is 5%. How many rows were there in this one? 2 rows are there. How many columns are there? The another one is a total. You cannot take off a total, right? 2 rows and 3 columns. Are we okay? Say okay. This part is there. Right now there is no number. Now what I do is, where I wrote my data, here only, right? Where I wrote the data. Yeah. I just lift this information, Control C, and paste it in this location. These are there, row 1, row 2. All your calculations are done. The solution is done. Now, relax yourself. You may go for a break, come back. We do repeat this one. So I can sit with you, no worry. Okay? Go for a break, come back again. When we are meeting again? 2:50. 2:50? Fine, we meet by 2:50.